Good morning, everybody. Before we start the Sunday morning show, I just wanted to put this message out to inform you that unfortunately we had some sad news that Leicester's father passed away earlier this week. We actually filmed the Sunday morning show prior to that news coming through. I was looking to pull this show, however, Leicester insisted that we carried on with this Sunday morning show. There's been lots of messages that have come in through social media, and for those of you that know, I thank you all for taking the time to message Leicester. It's been well received by himself and his family. Leicester's dad, Chester, was a huge part of Leicester's life and was obviously a huge part of my life growing up, so we're going to miss him dearly. But for now, as Leicester rightly said, the show must go on, so we'll carry on with the Sunday morning show. But what did you eat this morning then?
Oh, I had a breakfast, didn't I? So I had poached eggs, grilled tomatoes,
yeah,
grilled mushrooms, bacon.
Oh, it's Sunday, isn't it? You're allowed meat on a Sunday.
Correct. One day a week I eat meat, but I wouldn't have had bacon, but I've got some in the freezer, and I just thought, you know, I need to eat through the meat in the freezer and then become a full vegetarian.
Yeah.
Other than on Sunday.
Yeah. You're being wrong here. Will Farley.
Has he got a question?
Are you out of bed? Yeah. No, you don't. That's completely and utter rubbish.
That's the funny thing I've heard.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday morning show. Good morning, Leicester.
Good morning, Dan. Good morning, everybody.
How are we? Good morning. Yeah, how are we?
Very good. Yourself?
Yeah, very good. Very good. So we've had a little chat about your breakfast, which is always quite nice.
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was nice. Yeah. Good. Most important meal of the day, breakfast.
That's what your mum told us.
Was it eat like a king for breakfast.
Eat like a king. So what about Gary Smith's dancing then?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if you can call it dancing.
I thought it was really good. Like when he first sent it through, I showed it to Laura, and Laura's having a bit of a giggle with that one. She thought that was quite good, Gary.
To be fair, and Laura hasn't got much of a sense of humour, so if she laughs, it must be funny.
She watches this as well.
Does she?
Yeah.
So we're in trouble.
Following on from that, I had a good chat with Graham Ruth, who helping us put together the coaching trip to start with out in La Manga, and there's a very famous piano bar at La Manga, and I think he's going to try and schedule in a few dance-offs.
Is he?
At the piano bar in La Manga with us.
Awesome. Well, I'm up for a bit of dancing.
But we'll be judging.
Oh,
we'll be judging the dance-off.
Oh, okay.
So that those that are involved in the coaching trip will be on centre stage. And we'll get the Sunday morning music on, and we'll let them go for it. Perfect. And then we can be the judges.
And we'll clear the bar, probably, I would have thought.
So, how's your week been anyway?
Good, yeah.
I'm getting a little excited.
It's not long now, is it? So
a week away.
Yeah, until everything starts.
I know.
I've got a tea time the first day back as well.
I'm impressed that you've got a tea time.
But it's a very late tea time. I'm gonna probably get about 4 or 5 holes in, but it's just be nice to get back out on the golf course really. And
it'll be interesting to know how. I put a tweet out the other day asking how everyone had got on with their tee bookings, because obviously with track and trace and everything that's been going on in England, certainly. We've had those clubs that didn't have tee booking system, so an online booking system. They've been using them, and we've been using them because we were like a bit of a hybrid type of club that had roll up until 11 and then tee bookings after that. So we went full tee bookings, and you got to think on the 29th of March, every single member at that golf club wants to play on that first day back.
100%.
You know, and if you take a golf club like Torquay that's got 800 members. There's not enough spaces for 800 people on the 29th of March.
You worked out how many spaces there actually is?
About 160. It can cope with 165 people in the time to get, not to get even 18 holes in. That's just to get around the golf course, playing a few holes.
It's tricky, isn't it? So so I mean that means it could take, if everybody booked one tee time a week, it could take up to sort of 4 or 5 days to get a game in. It?
So we're obviously at the club. We're trying to have a balance as to how does it work. You know, how do we right now, like in normal circumstances, you wouldn't have an issue because people are still working and all those sorts of things.
No.
So people are playing once, twice a week. But right now, when not everybody's back to work.
Yeah, particularly because people don't go back. Generally, won't go back in like non-essential shops and businesses 12. So they've got a couple of weeks, haven't they, to where they will be able to play golf and people trying to get games in.
Yeah.
I just think that golf clubs need to sort of look a little bit outside the box and try and work out ways of getting the most amount of people on the golf course at any one time. I mean, I suggest that possibly we could start on the 9th or 10th hole here. You'd have to walk out to the point, but there's quite a lot of our older members who only want to play 9 holes, so maybe giving them the option of starting between first light and say 8:30 on the
some golf courses have the luxury of that because they have 2 tee starts,
which
so
is
that they
ideal.
can go and start out on the 10th hole or whatever it is. But we're a bit unfortunate here that our furthest point, or one of the furthest points, is around the 9th hole, so it's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
And also you got to think, if you're starting off at like 7 o'clock or 6:30, a lot of clubs that are started, greenkeepers need the time to get ahead of the golf to be able to get the greens cut and the bunkers raked and things like that. So it's really it's always on a balance point every morning, trying to get it all ready to go.
I guess maybe you could do that idea from sort of Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So at least it gives the greenkeepers a couple of days of getting out there and maybe getting some cutting done before. But it's so tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I would say people just got to be a little bit patient and understanding. And
I think so. And clubs, I think, are probably working twice as hard right now to try and balance out what's gonna work best for each club.
Yeah.
What have you got? You got a question?
So I got a question which came through a week or so ago, and it's from Steve 5 Right.
Steve 5 Right. Hello, Steve.
And he has put, just watched both your In Your Bags, so obviously ours.
Yes.
Will Lester lose distance on iron set that he bought in 2004 compared to what he was using last year? And will Dan also gain distance because he was using a full set of blades and now he's gone into sort of more of a sort of a little bit of cavity.
A bit of
help. So I think he's talking about sort of distances and with our irons really.
Yeah. Well, I've got two things that I want to just say there. So from that video that I did of the not my what's in the bag, but my repairs video I did, or changing my golf clubs video, people were saying, what's the point in changing your irons if you're trying to spec them to the same as my Titleist? Well, the difference in the heads of the 2 clubs that I've got, so the Cobras are cavity back, so quite forgiving in their approach. I mean, they're a slim cavity, but there's still a little bit of help there, whereas the blades are full blades. So I just wanted something that had a little bit more forgiveness with those. I mean, you've seen me play. I have the odd shot where I don't quite get it, and it's way short of target, whereas it's still... With a cavity back, you're going to still maintain a little bit of extra ball speed because you've got a little bit more forgiveness in the head.
I would say it's an area where your game, don't get me wrong, your game's very good, but I would say it's one of your weaker points. Maybe your mid to long irons, which I just think with that little bit of cavity should help you a little bit more. But I mean, generally you're a very good driver of the ball, aren't you? And you're a good putter, so short range nice and tidy.
That keeps me going.
So maybe just by that little bit of cavity, a little bit of help. I
mean, I've enjoyed those blades. Really have enjoyed them. I love looking at them in the bag.
I don't think you're finished with those blades though. I don't think the little love affair's finished yet. I think there might be a little...
I think that I'm certainly... They're not going up into the loft.
No. I've noticed they're still lingering around.
So
do you expect to gain a little bit of distance?
So yes, going to that question, I do purely, but I do expect to gain a fraction of yardage, and for 2 reasons. Is the lofts on those Cobras are slightly stronger than what I'm going to get out of my blade, so I'm probably 2 degrees stronger in the lofts. So therefore, I mean, 2 degrees doesn't sound like a lot, but it will generate me a little bit more ball speed.
Yeah.
The other thing is that I will expect with that 2 degrees less loft, I'll also expect to see a little bit less spin. I'll get probably a higher launch out of the new ones and lower spin, which will get the ball to fly through the air a little bit further. So I'm expecting to pick up...
Half a club?
Yeah, between half a club to a club on them.
But you haven't yet done your yardages with them?
No, I mean, I literally, because we haven't played, I've not even hit any shots in here with them, to be honest with you. I just measured them is all I've done.
Yeah.
So we'll see when we get out onto the golf course to see what happens from that. But going to what that question comes to, will you see any gains in distance from irons from 10 years ago. Is that what he said?
No, he was saying, will they lose any distance by going back?
Oh, back to your old one.
Sort of 16 or so, or 15, 16 years. The honest answer is no. I hit them more or less the same distance within a yard. I've done quite a bit of practice and done my yardages with them, and there's nothing in it, to be honest. If I did notice a sudden drop off and I'd lost, a club, all I would do is just strengthen the loft slightly.
This is what we got to get to the bottom of, is that really the reason why the clubs in the modern tech go a little bit further, should we say, right now, in the type of iron that Lester and I would use. So more of what I don't like calling it this, but it's like a player's iron, they call it. So when you don't have flexing on the face and things like that, which are going to help maybe spring the ball, which they are limited to what they can do with that, because the RNA and the USGA will stop all that.
Yeah.
But in the modern tech, all you're seeing really, with going back those years gone by to where we are now, is the strengthening of lofts.
Yeah.
That is all it is. So what's happening is by strengthening the lofts, it's going to generate more ball speed off the face, so you're going to compress that ball a little bit harder. So basically, the less loft you have, the less deflection you have. So the more loft you have, the more deflection off the face that you have, which then loses ball speed. So that's why if Leicester was ever going to lose some yardage, it's purely because of loft.
Yeah.
From that.
I mean, if you went 16 years back on driver, it's more noticeable with the size of the head.
Yes.
Colin
Montgomery put a picture out the other day.
Yeah.
Of his Big Bertha driver that he hit at the Desert Classic off the deck on 18 to win by a shot.
175cc the driver.
175cc compared to his 460cc that he's got now.
Yeah.
And there's the massive.
It's like 300. It's like 300cc difference.
That's where the big differences are. In irons, you're not going to see a massive amount. Yes, they can put the weighting in different places and enable you to get, some better forgiveness out of the clubs. But yardages, I doubt it. You're only then going down, I suppose, down to speed. Yeah. How much speed you can generate. Well, going into lighter shafts, you can generate possibly a bit more speed. You might lose strike, and therefore you lose ball speed. So you've got to have that. There's always a balance there with that. And then length of shafts as well. I mean, we've seen it in my video. Going from 37-inch 7-iron to then 37 and a quarter or 37 and a half. You're going to generate just a little bit more speed.
Again, we made the point that there's not when people say, that's a standard loft, standard lie, etc. Each manufacturer has different variants and different what they consider to be standard. Like you said, so one make might be slightly longer than the other. And one lie angle might be fractionally different to another, so there's not a standard across the board. So when Dan was ordering, for example, his clubs, although he was speccing them to what his tightness were, Cobra were probably fractionally different, like you said, slightly longer, so he had to alter them to make them as close to his tight list as possible.
Absolutely. The coffees.
Yeah.
So comments about where's our coffee cups? Well,
we've got an issue in the shop. Not an issue, but we don't have any water supply to the actual shop. We've never had water in here, which makes things a little bit more difficult. So we have to go into the clubhouse to clean cups and use their dishwasher to fill water up, etc. So at the moment we're not having access to the clubhouse. So we're having to use the coffee machine in here, and that is why we're using.
So we do apologise.
Coffee cups, we
do apologise, and the coffee cups will be back.
They will, As soon as we've opened, we'll get them cleaned, and probably have to bleach them now. I'd have thought. I'm looking very smart this morning, Dan.
Thank you. Nice little outfit from FootJoy.
Yeah, all nicely matching. I didn't get the memo. I just thought it was casual.
Yeah, I see that. You've definitely gone for the casual look for pretty much most of lockdown.
I haven't worn a pair of trousers since
non-golf attire.
It's going to be a shock when we have to actually put some golf stuff on.
But you've been running and things, haven't you? So you'll be fine when you get out walking. Because that's the thing.
Yeah.
If people haven't been exercising, first game of golf back, they'll be exhausted, won't they?
Definitely recommend
get out
for people to go.
Get going.
Even if you just do short walks, but just because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to possibly could suffer injuries.
Yeah.
And going to find it difficult.
Yeah.
Walking around a golf course. So definitely. If you haven't been walking, definitely get out there and have a couple of walks. I would before you attempt your 18 holes.
So I've got a bit of exciting news, but it hasn't. Well, it's difficult to say at the moment. Well, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it, but because we haven't actually got it onto a live I will announce that at some stage. You'll
Okay.
probably see it. We'll see it in the description. So in this video, but we're just we've got our golf days sorted.
Have we?
We've got two.
I didn't even know
two
this.
trips.
Yeah.
Golf days, not coaching trips, golf days.
Okay.
So just a bit of fun. So we're going to get sort of. So first one's going to be at Ashburn and Parlin Kenfig, where we went and played our recent course vlogs back in January time. So we're going to have a 2-day trip up there, which is open. We'll be there.
Yeah.
But we'll be running it like a golf day.
Wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, send them up there. No one's there. So we'll be up there for that, and there'll be invites coming out for that, and you can get involved in that. And then there's another one.
That's a small trip, though, isn't it? It's
2-day.
Yeah, but I mean, the amount of people going is.
Yeah, I think it's about 26 to 28 people. Not sure. First come, first served situation. Cool. So I will announce that and when it will come out. And also September, a 3-day golf trip for 40 people, taking over the hotel in France.
We're not just taking over the hotel, we're taking over France.
We're taking, well, yeah. Oh, you are. But you know the hotel that we went to down in Benedict?
Yeah.
Beautiful hotel, absolutely stunning location.
Great restaurant.
Great restaurant, great golf courses around it.
Yeah.
And we've got a 3-day trip organised down in Benedict.
Yeah.
For 40 people, again, first come, first served situation. But again, it's announced, I've said it, but more information to follow, and I will, when it comes out, I will put it in the link for the
I feel like we've got a busy year.
We have. Coaching trips, golf trips.
And we're quite well prepared and planned. Normally you just message me the night before and say,
I know, I'm
pack
actually
your bag,
giving you
you're off
plenty
somewhere.
of notice for this one as well. So it's really good, and I've thanked Gregory for organising that, because obviously he's helped us put it all together. And
I mean, it's what we wanted to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
We wanted to do trips, wanted to meet people and stuff like that. So it's, I'm really looking forward to it. It'll be good.
So that is all planned, and it will be coming out soon.
Perfect.
All right, so you're excited.
Yeah. Am I going on these trips?
Yeah,
I haven't even asked that yet. I've just presumed I'm going.
Don't worry, you are coming. I need some help.
So decent week on the channel. Couple of videos out.
Couple of videos gone out again. Out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We didn't do our live this week.
No.
There was a plan to do a live, but then unfortunately it fell by the wayside with the person that we wanted to bring on. Yeah. But anyway, so we didn't do a live, and but we did the Monday, Wednesday, Friday release. Yeah. Which on Wednesday was the release I did the par 5 strategy with Lee. Which, to be fair, we did it ages ago. We did it before lockdown. And the idea was I wanted to see how the first course management one that I did with him, how that did. Yeah. And it got over 100. We've got 105,000 views on that now, which is huge. First one that's got over 100,000 views, which is great.
We've got a couple that are catching it, haven't we? We'll probably get there.
Doing all right, and over a period of time they'll probably get there. But so that was done really well. And then obviously this is then the next bit on from that, which is about course strategy on par 5s. Yeah. And I'll pop a little link over the top of Leicester's Head for you to go and have a little look at that. It's right there.
It might hit the halo.
So that was quite a good one. And then obviously we've done our did the epic one as well, which again, people, it's just searchable content for people out there that are looking to find the channel. And if you guys are looking to change your driver or change any of the irons, that's what we're putting out these reviews for. So but we're just desperate to get back for the course vlogs, aren't we?
Yeah, that's where our passion is, and what I believe we are sort of up there with the best on YouTube at producing course vlogs, because we do put a lot of time and effort into it, and with different camera angles, shot traces, get the drone up, and I do enjoy making and watching the
they are vlogs. Good. They are good, and hopefully we've got some really good ones coming up this year. So let's hope we get a nice smooth ride out of COVID, and we can get out and travel a bit and get going with
I must be getting my jab soon, I would have thought, because I'm in the next
you're
age
in that
bracket.
You're in that age bracket. I'm not in that age bracket, so you're there, aren't you?
I'm in the 40 to 50s, so, and you're just slightly below that.
I'm in the 30s.
You're hanging in the 30s.
I'm in the 30s. So a couple of the members up here have had the 2 jabs. Yeah. So they're done. You know, which is great. Which is great for them. Yeah, it gives them a bit more confidence, I think, to get out and about. Yeah, it'd be really, really good. So I think that's it for this week. We have waffled again. We have another waffling Sunday show, which I think people enjoyed last year. Last week. Last week. I think people actually enjoyed your little rant,
Mr.
Rick Shields.
Yeah.
Had no response back from that yet?
No, apparently we had a little mention on his podcast again. He called you a small channel this time, so he's not doing too well at the moment. Small compared to him, but everyone's small compared to him. But yeah, so he hasn't accepted our challenge yet, though, has he? So I think maybe he's backtracking a little bit. He's sort of had a little look at your golf and decided that he can't beat you, but doesn't want to openly admit it. So, I mean, if I was him, I would. If he just comes on to some social media and just says, "Look, I'm really sorry," and issues a public apology, then as far as I'm concerned, he's forgiven and forgotten. But until that day, then I'm still calling him out. Look at your face.
Oh, I look forward to it. I look forward to it.
So yeah, we look forward to the apology, and yeah, until we get that, then we're still calling him out. So I think he's avoiding us. I feel like he's a bit like the Anthony Joshua, and we're like Tyson Fury. We're calling him out.
One again here,
he's got an excuse. Always got an excuse, isn't he? Full of excuses, that man.
On that note, thank you very much, everyone, for watching the Sunday morning show. We look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Have a nice week.
I feel like I've been silenced, like mid-flow.
See you later.